is going to be non-traditional because I'm not going to be talking about an advice, but you can guess from the title, I just turned 21, so I was really thinking about my life and where I would be in 21 years, or well, not where I was 21 years ago because I was just a baby, but like where I was 2 years ago or 10 years ago. And I really thought about reflecting on my life, and I just realized that I've never made like a normal introduction video on this channel. So I thought that since it's my birthday and I'm 21 now, I would like to give you guys like an introduction on who I am and how I decided, how I came to do YouTube, what drove me to do it, and what my plans are with this channel. So I guess I don't have to tell you my name because you probably know, but Dorothea is my whole name, which is Greek, and it means that the gift of God. I swear it means that. I'm not lying. I'm going to put a picture right up here which proves that I'm right. As you know, since it was my birthday, you know how old I am and when is my birthday, so I'm not going to talk about it. And I'm also not going to talk about like where I went to high school and stuff like that. Basically, I wouldn't say that I have many hobbies. I know it's kind of sad, but I played handball for 9 or 10 years, which pretty much summed up all the free time that I had in school. And when I stopped playing handball, the only thing that I could do studying, and basically I watched a lot of YouTube. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Always been interested in people and society and like sharing content. Even though when I was a little kid, the only thing that I shared was my meal or a time out with my friends. So it wasn't always like quality content, or it wasn't a niche. But I was watching so many YouTubers, and well, a lot of them inspired me to start my YouTube channel. So when I was 14, yes, I made 2 videos on YouTube. The first one was an introductory video, which was basically 2 minutes. And the second one was, I think, 20 interesting facts about me. But an interesting fact was that I like cereal. Back in the time, it counted interesting. So, I don't know. Nowadays, like now when I look back at that video, it's really cringe. We have to start somewhere, right? I've always had an interest in YouTube, even when I was 14. But then too many people in my school picked on me and said, haha, you're so funny, or oh my gosh, you're so cringe. So I decided not to do YouTube and I quit after 2 videos. That was kind of sad for me because I really enjoyed it, but I was like, if I have to do it, I will be back. And I'm back, so it looks like I have to do it. Then I was super school focused, which meant that I studied a lot more than I should have. We are a lucky family because we get to travel a lot. I've been to many countries and I realized like, oh my gosh, I love traveling and I love just like being in another culture, and I love being in, I don't know, in another continent, in another country. But I realized if I'm going to be working as a doctor or a lawyer, I might not have as much time to travel as if I was doing international business, for example, that I'm currently doing. So I was like, oh my gosh, I love traveling and I love just like going out of this country. This is why I chose a career path in international business. But deep down, I've always been interested in psychology. Why? Because I've experienced many things in life that people shouldn't have at a young age. I'm planning to do like more videos on those things, but I've experienced many things as a young girl that I shouldn't have experienced, and I've always wanted to help other people so they don't feel the same. And this is why I started to look out for my friends or even strangers. There was a time when I registered on this application called 7 Cups or something like that, where you can anonymously help people and they can come to you with any problem. You can choose different categories, and I really enjoyed doing that. But It's just summed up so much my time that I didn't have the time to do it. But when I stopped, I knew I had this feeling that I should be out and helping people. But the problem is that I want to travel a lot and I want to help people. The two cannot be joined together because traveling requires that you do business with other countries. I cannot travel to Australia to help someone, because if you're a psychologist, you have your own people in your city, but if you're an international businessman or woman, you can travel and see the world. But I was like, this is what I love doing as a hobby, and I didn't know how can I manage this. Like, I wanted to switch to psychology, but I was like, okay, with psychology, I might not be able to travel or move to another country. So I couldn't just join the two together. So I was like, okay, I'm going to stay with international business because traveling is the number one thing that makes me happy. And then I was thinking, okay, what do I like to do? I like doing YouTube and I like giving advice. So maybe I can join the two together. And it's even better because if I was a psychologist, I would have, I don't know, 20 clients or more or less. But if I'm doing YouTube, I can have limitless clients because I can spread the word to more people. So I was like, okay, I want to do this. I realized it probably last semester, but of course I just started doing YouTube again. Why? Basically, I take school pretty seriously. Why? Because I want good grades, I want to feel successful, I want to feel confident in myself. Like, this is why I'm taking school pretty serious, if that's a thing. But in my hobby, I want to take this just as seriously as I take school. Because helping people is something that comes from my instincts, comes from nature. Because I've been there, I've done that, but I don't want anyone else to do it. I needed a courage to start this because they say that 50% is basically you start and the rest is like just hard work. And I was like, okay, it's just start. But the 50% start is the hardest of all because you get negative criticism, you lose your friends, or you expect, I don't know, to be famous, but then you don't become famous. So it's basically a roller coaster, but I was willing to do it because I was like, if I can help two people, 2 views per video is going to make me happy because I'm not doing it for the money, I'm not doing it for the fame. Of course, the more people my advice reaches, the happier I am. But if I can help 2 or 3 people, I'm going to be happy because I feel that I fulfilled my wants. And there were many times when I wanted to go to a psychologist, but I was either under 18 or it was pretty expensive. And I was like, maybe there are some people out there who are young, who are desperate, who cannot talk to anyone because they are scared to talk to parents or friends or grandparents, and they are not able to go to a psychologist because it's super expensive or because they need the signature of a parent. So I was like, maybe if I create the content that they can watch freely anytime they want, then maybe I'm going to help them more, even though I don't have any certification of being a psychologist. But I've always thought that if I experience something, I can give it to others in a better way than if I was having a certificate but I couldn't experience what they have been through. The same thing, if I ask for advice from someone, I would prefer someone who's been there rather than someone who has a paper that she or he knows the stuff, but in real life she or he has never experienced it. So basically, after I got the courage, I started to do it, and now I can feel, I don't know guys, but I can feel the satisfaction inside me because I'm doing things that I like. I'm doing things that will bring me forward in life because happiness brings me forward, and when I post a video, I'm happy. But at the same time, I'm doing a degree which will allow me to travel a lot to see the world, which again gives me satisfaction and happiness. This is how I came to the conclusion that I should do YouTube and I should do an advice YouTube because I've always been interested in traveling, YouTube, and people. So basically, the best outcome for me is the three above because I get to do everything that I like. That's the story how I came to YouTube, and this time I'm not planning to give it up. This time I'm not planning to quit. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope that you're having a great day. I'm going to see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye!